Howdy, hey folks, welcome to another tutorial video, okay. Today I'm going to be going into downgrading your game from start to finish. Like, I didn't even download the CMD crap yet. I'm doing all of it from the start. I have gotten a lot of comments about errors and stuff from my last tutorial video. So this was the last tutorial here, how to acquire Neo Mod Loader and Modernbox for Worldbox 0.50.5. You got all the nice links and stuff to all you need. Yeah, there's also chapters too. I forgot about that. And I've also I made a comment here. So 0.50.6 was released. So, and I've noticed that, this guy is getting an error. This guy also got an error like a while ago. And 2 weeks later, man. Literally 2 weeks later, 0.50.6 comes out. Yeah, so this was the update that came out here, 50.6. So this is also on my Discord server, which link will be in the description as well. You don't have to join, but it'll just be in there in case you want to, if you like my videos and you want to join. So yeah. Now, before we get into this, I do want to say a couple of other things as well. Excuse me. Um, if you have a cracked copy of the game, you probably aren't going to be able to do this. And you may not be able to. It really depends on the version of the game. So I'm going to show you how you can determine that very version of the game. So you just kind of play. I don't have any mods on there right now. So, yeah. Now, I also you might have a 60% keyboard. If you do, I'm sorry, but you can press tilde key, and you can tell which version of the game that you were previously on, then to the version of the game that you are now using. So I'm on 0.50.6. I know this might be confusing, but I think that's what this means. This means like, oh, this was the version prior. This is the version that you're on now. And so, yeah, now with that out of the way, let's get into the meat and potatoes. And yeah, so as always, links will always be in the description. So yeah. There's also a tutorial little thing here. That is, why does the UI for Windows look like shit? I'm sorry, but why? Sorry. Anyway, so there are some requirements here, it looks like. So we need to install SteamCMD. So let's see, how do I do that? Okay, so looks like we've got to download from here. So we're gonna put it in, and it's gonna automatically download. Again, that link will be in the description. And so of course we're gonna use our lovely file explorer here, and desktop. That's where the file that we just got was. There you go, SteamCMD. So then I guess you just hit the you just click on the executable there, and it'll start the installation process here. Apparently I've never installed SteamCMD, which I think is interesting. And so loading Steam API, okay, so now you can just type quit into there, the Steam there, quit, and it will quit. So after you have finished up installing SteamCMD, you can now hit on your keyboard Windows key R and type in Steam : /open/console, and it should pull up. You're gonna have to input another thing. Okay, so as soon as you go into the console, you put in download depot 1206560 1206561, and then of course you have this, which is from. So you go on to the SteamDB.info depot 1206561 manifest. As I was saying earlier, you copy paste download depot and make sure that you have underscore in between download and depot there. Okay. And so what it's gonna do, it's gonna download here. Um, and this is one way that you can downgrade your game. Um, the Steam console, I guess, is a little bit older. Um, and so as you can see, you can copy this directory. You hit Windows key R again. What the heck? Okay. You put this in, and it'll automatically take you to this directory, and then you just hit play, and then it'll be this version specifically. The code here, the 52 whatever, is specifically for Worldbox 0.50.5. I cannot stress this enough. So if you're trying this on 0.50.4 and you're trying to play a version that's specifically for 0.50.5, it's not going to work. It has to play on 0.50.5 version of Worldbox, please. I cannot stress this enough. That's all I got to say. All right. So one last thing. Um, so as I was showing earlier about this whole thing, you can watch back and go in, back into the video to go to the directory. And so now you should be able to mess with mods that are specifically from 0.50.5. And I will very quickly show you just where you can acquire these things. I'm not going to show you how to install it because you can watch the tutorial. Okay, so to acquire Modernbox, you can go over here to this site. This site will be in the description. And then, of course, there is the GitHub repository for Neo ModLoader, specifically for Worldbox version 0.50.5. And remember, you can go to the tutorial showing how to install these things. Again, although it may not be like the tutorial, so you just hit download and download latest, and it just kind of does that, and you double click, you make sure what's on there. I showed this already in the tutorial. Um, I'm sorry, I keep mentioning that. um, terrible habit, terrible habit. So as you can see, you can then just right click on the file. You do show more options, and then you click on extract to Modernbox Megatux patch, and then it'll extract into a folder, and then you drag it into the mods folder that you have pulled up from that version from the Worldbox directory. So again, you hit Windows R, boom, Worldbox data, streaming assets, mods, and yeah, so you just kind of very quickly put them in there, and then you start up your game, and then you're able to mess with mods. So now that you're able to downgrade your game, mess with versions of mods specifically made for that game, I'm now going to go into another way on how you can also downgrade your Worldbox game to a specific version with something that was made from the Modernbox community. All right, so that was the first method on how you can downgrade your Worldbox game on Steam. And so I just want to quickly say thank you to, I don't know how this is pronounced, Blahaj. Um, uh, they've made the website and the program called Worldbox Rewind. And so that is what we are going to be showcasing for you here today. Um, and um, So this is the website I am referencing, and so yeah. So the reason why this tool was made is because it seems like every little update that was uploaded, it just broke mods. Like it's kind of annoying. And so this is able to allow for a more easier experience. And so we're going to be downloading from here. Just click on it and it should start the downloads here. All right, boom. So once you've dragged that onto your desktop, you can now open up your file explorer, and we're going to see where that bitch is at. There it is, right here. And so we're going to extract it. Okay. Extract it first. Drag it, And then we go back to the file explorer, and then you go onto the Windows, and now you have this. So another thing I have to make sure of is, so like in the beginning of the video, I showed you how to install SteamCMD. So if you want to see how you do that, you just go back into a certain timestamp. And we're speaking of, there will be chapters and stuff in the description of this video, and just like all the other links and stuff, just a reminder. Basically, I'm going to hit middle mouse button on File Explorer so that we can open up a second tab, so we can just quickly, drag in and out. And so I already have SteamCMD installed. It is somewhere. There it is. Hi there, SteamCMD. And so then you drag the exe into this folder here, the Windows folder where the tool is. Okay. And so there's also a readme.txt, which is quite lovely. I enjoy it. And so now what you do is you hit rewind.exe. And so now we have to sign into our... All right, so now we select the platform version here. 1. And as you can see, it has already gathered the version IDs and stuff here. And so now you just you have to put the number, which option that number is. You can't just copy. Okay, so you just then type in 2, because that's the option number. So it is now running SteamCMD here. Okay, because I want to make sure you guys see everything in this tutorial. Okay. Just saying. All right, so what's going to happen is when you put all of that stuff in, what's going to happen is you're going to get a sign-in request. So I am going to blur out personal information here, but as you can see the phone here. And so what I'm going to do is hit approve. And now we just got to wait a little bit. So as you can see, this may take a few minutes. And so now, with that being said, so now you have a folder in here. So you have versions, Windows, and now you have this, right? And so now, so enter Steam. Oh, wait, hold on. So now we have to enter a Steam guard code. Again, I have to, alrighty. So now we just have to press enter to continue after the verifying thing, and now everything closes. Okay. So now Windows, and so now as you can see, you have the version. And so now you are able to then go into your mods folder, and like earlier, put in your mods, right? Do all that. Boom, boom, boom. And then you hit play on the exe. And then you can mess with mods again. That is it for this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you find this tutorial useful. Once again, thank you so much to Blahaj for being very talented with coding stuff and not being a big dummy like myself. Yeah, so remember, you can always watch these tutorials at your own speed, and at your own pace. Like, comment, subscribe if you found this useful. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.